got to the top 100 underrated songs in hip hop history countdown. So team on with the countdown. We're gonna get into the 49. Rakim, it's been a long time. 1997. This was off his solo album, The 18th Letter. 1997 single, It's Been a Long Time. Why is it underrated? It's a masterclass in bringing back lyricism and patience, but it arrived during a transitional era when mainstream hip hop was shifting toward a flashier commercialism, larger than like G-Funk or Shiny Shoot excess. So this track is revered rather than forgotten. That's underrated among dedicated hip hop heads. Now this album was at least 5-year hiatus. The 18th Letter came out in 1997 after the split with Eric B for Rakim. Then the hook and theme directly addressed the heavy anticipation of return, famously prompting reactions like nobody been this long awaited since Jesus among peers. DJ Premier production, Cecil Holmes, he sampled that. And Eric B's own history, I Know You Got Soul, using elements from that song in the bashful flow. Rakim demonstrates pristine breath control, complex internal rhyme schemes, jazz-like rhythmic swing that contrasts struggle with standard on the grid rapping. So it flies on the radar because the album was overshadowed. And while celebrated by East Coast traditionalists, it sits on an album that competed with massive chart-dominating late 90s spectacles. There was pure craft over gimmicks. The track relies entirely on lead mic mechanics instead of radio friendly pop crossovers, keeping it a cult classic for purists rather than a ubiquitous mainstream radio staple. That's why it's underrated. That's the reason why. So the gap between Eric B and Rakim when they first split, was being away from music in general, because making music together for 5 years. The 1997 game had shifted. Party anthems, everything was flashier, signing suits, commercial sound. So this song definitely was on the radar. Conflicts never relied on loud delivery or fast, skippy flows. That brilliant, advanced internal rhyme schemes, commanding relaxed cadence, breath control, or what DJ Premier did make this underrated song. So that's why I put it on the list at number 49. Thanks for hitting the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it. 14 people tuning in. This is why I've made it what it was, underrated song. Because again, things had changed once Rakim came out with the 18th Letter in 97. The game had changed. Biggie had passed, Tupac had passed. Nas still doing his thing. Jay-Z was doing his thing on the East Coast, Wu-Tang and all that. But Rakim coming back was just the game that was different. It was different at that time. So that's basically it. It's been a long time. Rakim from the 18th Letter album in 1997. I had that number 49. That's the 49th underrated hip hop song of all time. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hitting the like button. I'll be back at 6 o'clock for another one. So until then, talk to you soon.